Jump in the passenger seat, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trucker That Board Games. Today, we're going to do a little driver side chat here. As you see, I'm driving through some lovely weather in western PA. Another beautiful day. It's freezing one day, warm the next day. It's about the usual for this time of year up here. But yeah, so a couple topics real quick before I do just basically a February summary, some stats, some games I played, some thoughts. I did turn 41 this year, which was a bummer. For some reason, 40 didn't bother me, but 41, it's like, ugh, you're in the 40s. Same thing with 30. When I turned 30, it didn't bother me. But when I turned 31, I'm like, oh man, I'm in my 30s. Well, now basically I'm in my 40s. So, and it feels like the 30s felt like my 20s took forever. My 30s went pretty fast. And so far, my first year in the 40s seems like it was basically here and gone. So, yeah, time definitely feels like it's speeding up a little bit. So don't waste your time. Get out there and do stuff. Enjoy what you got while you got it, because time definitely it feels like it's picking up speed for me at least. So for my birthday, I did go to Canada. I'll put some pictures of the Niagara Falls. Went up to the falls. It is beautiful up there in the wintertime. It almost looks, it's like the closest I'll ever get to actually going to like Antarctica or anything like that. But yeah, the falls were beautiful. Super icy up there. The weather was terrible. Got down got down to single digits with the wind chill was in the negatives. I'll throw some pictures up of the falls though. Yeah, definitely if you live close to the falls, check it out. I go there once usually every year in the summertime, but I wanted to go up there in the wintertime, so I went up there for a winter trip, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, with that we'll go into some stats and stuff. I played a decent amount of games this month. I played 16 games. Only 4 of them were new to me, and technically one of them was not new to me, and I'll explain why when I get there. But I've been having a lot of fun lately with my older games. And I don't know if it's just some nostalgia with some of them, but as I've been playing the older games, I find them, I don't know, I've just been enjoying them a little bit more. I find them to be a little bit more cohesive, easier to play. Some of the newer games, I feel like they're getting more complex for complex sake, but it could be me. I'm not against the cult of the new stuff because I do like a lot of new games too. Definitely the production of new games, but yeah, the old games. I mean, there's just some real good games out there, and you can get them for a good deal. So yeah, don't overlook the cheap games, the cheap older games. You can get a lot of plays out of them for the value. And I actually just went over the value. I was just talking about a game a little bit ago on Foundations of Rome and how overproduced that game and how everybody rants and raves about it, and how much money the game costs. You could end up buying like 8 older board games that are just as good, if not better, than Foundations of Rome. So yeah, don't let the old games go by. Get them off the shelf. They're definitely still worth the plays. But yeah, with that, we'll go into the games I played. I played 14 games, 16 plays, and 4 of them were new to me. And these are going to be ranked how I enjoy them. So be kind of like a little bit of a listing here, but it's just kind of how I enjoyed them. Some of these may not, in the grand scheme of things, I might just had a bad play on some of them. But number 14 is Starship Samurai. I did not like this game at all. I found this game to be actually pretty terrible. You're basically going to be doing some area control. You're going to get these samurai spaceship things. Basically, they have different abilities. And it's basically just area control, but you're really just attacking people over and over again. It's a pretty small grid. There's only 4 areas, and you're basically just hitting people over and over again. I was not a big fan. I got smacked around pretty good in the game, and maybe that could be one of the reasons why I didn't like it that much. But I was in dead last place, and I was still getting smacked around. I'm like, guys, what is going on here? I'm like, clearly I'm in last place, and you guys are just demolishing me. The game wasn't that good because basically all you're doing is you're just messing with other people, moving into the territory, trying to. If you win a battle there, you get some points. You get to move up on a reputation track. I just did not find it to be that fun. Some of the samurai's powers I thought were way OP. You do draft them in the beginning, and it's a snake draft, but when you really don't know what's going on, you kind of just grab whatever. I found some of them to be super overpowered. I don't know. It was not a fun game as far as I'm concerned. I was not a big fan, to say the least. I wouldn't even check it out. Then number 13 would be Boza, and all these games I only played one time. Boza, until my number one, I played that three. But Boza is a kind of a lighter. You're basically putting cards, tableau builder, little engine builder. You're basically putting a card out, and it's a 4x4 grid. And whenever you put the card out, you activate the row or the column, however you prefer. And then you take all the bonuses. So some will give you resources, some will let you turn stuff in for victory points, and so on. And then you're also dealt 4 objective cards in the beginning of the game. You'll pick 2 of them at the end to score. So it's basically like positioning of the way the cards are. Like if you need blue cards or a certain amount of resources. Once again, this game was kind of a dud for me, but it kind of has the same problem that Earth has for me. I hate games. Like the end game scoring of this is you need 3 blue cards, 3 of this card. Basically, you need 3 cards of every type. You need a card in this row, a card in that row. I can't stand that kind of scoring because, A, it's just boring to me to go, okay, well, I got to grab it. First off, it limits what you can do because you have to arrange your board to fit the scoring cards. So I do not like that. Second off, I hate the card market. It's the same as Suburbia, and it's the same as Foundation of Rome. Basically, cards come out, people get to take them. If the card you need comes out after your turn, it's not going to be there by the time it gets back, most likely. Because we played a 5-player game, so all 4 players are going to get to go before me. If they see I need that card, they're going to take it. So to me, I don't like that style of play because, A, I'm very restricted on what you can take. You have to take what's in the market. There's only 4 cards in the market. If you don't need them, you got to take them. And if the card you need comes out right after you or on your turn, you're not going to get it. So I don't know. I really dislike those kind of games. There's a couple that do it, like Suburbia. Like I said, Suburbia, Foundations of Rome, this Boza. Not a big fan. The one guy at the game group, he did get it for like a couple dollars, so it wasn't a big deal. I personally don't like it. Most of the people I played with, they actually kind of enjoyed it, so I'm kind of an outlier on that. But I don't know, any game that kind of restricts what you can do, to me, is just kind of boring. It doesn't give you a lot of agency. You're just kind of taking what you need at the moment, and what you need might not be worth it. So it's like, basically, you're just kind of on autopilot, pretty much. Next, for number 12, is Fliptoons. Now, I played a lot of great games this month, so these bottom games are still some of my favorite games. They just have to be this way because I like the other games plays better. Usually I'm a midweight gamer, so. But yeah, Fliptoons, I played it at the end of the night because we didn't have much time, and we had some new players, so I figured I'd get it to the table with them. And it was a terrible play, to say the least. And I actually do like Fliptoons for what it is. It's basically an auto battler, and it's super easy. It's very simple to teach. It should take like 20 minutes. Our game took an hour, which was terrible. Because all you're doing is, when it comes to your turn, you're going to do a 2x3 grid. You're going to play 3 cards down, then 3 cards. You're going to do the effects on them, and then you're going to count up your money at the end of the round for those cards, and you'll be able to either trash a card in your row for $5, unless it's a caterpillar, you could trash it for 3, or you could buy a card out of the market. That's how simple the game is. Super easy. Should be super fast. Took us an hour. Absolutely terrible. It was the worst game of Flip 7 I've ever played. And I actually like Flip 7 because I do like auto battlers, and they are becoming a thing. They are a lot of fun because it takes, if you want to play a fast, lighter game, they're just quick to get to the table and there's not too much thinking. unless you play with some people that have super AP in a light game. But yeah, Fliptoons, still a great game. It was just the people I played with, it was not that fun, to say the least. The next one is Thunder Road. Number 11 would be Thunder Road Vendetta. I love Thunder Road Vendetta. I played this before the Super Bowl. And yeah, I had a lot of blast when I got the Chop Shop expansion. And it adds player powers. It adds extra cards, extra abilities for your vehicles. So much fun. In fact, I got wiped out because I went behind my brother, shot him, and when I shot him, you have to flip over a damage token. My plan is turned out for a while to take him out of the game like this. I hit him. His car took a damage, which then made it shoot forward by like 5 spots. It rammed the back of my car, which then caused a collision. So you have to roll dice to see which way your car goes. Well, my car went right into a rock wall and blew up. So, yeah, just silly fun. Not too strategic of a game, obviously. But yeah, pretty crazy the way that happened. I literally took my brother out by taking me out. So it was kind of funny. Then my brother's buddy got a crazy combo where his car was like super fast, but he also had a character that could heal super easy. So he was just constantly healing his car up while we were throwing everything in at the kitchen sink in it. Double airstrikes, triple, everything we could do. He was just gone. I mean, it was funny because he just blew past us, left us all in the dust while we were fighting. So, yeah, Thunder Road Vendetta, always fun to play. Love the game. So with that, we'll go to number 10, Circus Vocati here. Now, this game, I never even heard of this game. We played this at the end of the night, and actually pretty surprised at how fun it was for what it is. Do not go buy this game because I'm pretty sure it's out of print. It costs an arm and a leg, and it's definitely not worth it because it is a very, very light card game. Very light. I think they have a different print of it. I'm not sure what the name is, but you really have 2 options. You can push your luck, you can flip a card, but as you flip cards out, there's 10 different colors, and each card is numbered 1 through 7, and then there's a couple of special cards in the deck. So if you ever flip over a card that has the same color, you bust. You get nothing. But basically, you are trying to get all different colors because if you get all the colors, 10 different colors, you can end the game and get 10 bonus points to your score. So basically, you're just going to add up your score, but you only score the highest card of that color. So it's just kind of a push your luck. And if you ever have 3 numbers that are the same, like 3 zeros, you can put them down for a set, which then you get 10 points for that at the end of the game. So you're pushing your luck to get the higher value cards to try to end it, or you could just try to put a bunch of sets down to get 10 points. A lot of fun. I had 9 different colors, and on my last 6 turns, I kept drawing cards, and I could not get the last card. So I ended up losing, and it turns out, even I was last to go, I flipped over the last card, it still wasn't the card I needed, and here, they were already all discarded or people had them in their hand and I didn't know about it. So, yeah, lots of fun. Silly game. It's a light game, but don't go out and buy it because it is not worth anything more than like $10. Number 9 is Guardlings. And if you've heard me talk about Guardlings before, I like this game better than Quacks. Just because it's easier to get to the table, it's faster, quicker teach. It's so much fun. It's a bag builder, except in this one, it's gnomes. So when you pull out gnomes, if you ever have, I'm pretty sure it's 5 gnomes, more than 5 gnomes, you bust. So you're out. You get half your points. There's 2 different ways. I always play in the advanced way because the advanced way is not that hard. The special tiles give a little bit more bonuses and stuff, mainly with like a petty pig, because if you ever bust and you can't buy a new tile, you get a petty pig and $1. And the way the petty pigs works are, so you have 3 petty pigs in your display at the end of a round, you get to upgrade your petty pig into a tile that is 1 higher on the cost track. So it's fun. You're basically just matching gems up, and those are your victory points. And all you do is you play to 21. It does start out slow. I didn't know this. My buddy got the game, and he got it with a mini expansion. which I did not get in my version, I guess. But the mini expansion just lets you start faster. I think it gives you like a block that has more attachments to it. So it basically just speeds the game up like by a round or two, which is definitely nice. It's not needed because it's not that long of a game. It's just the first couple rounds are kind of super slow, but it's just like Quacks, except you're going to play more rounds of Guardlings because you're pulling out of the bag so much faster. You're upgrading so much faster and so much more. So yeah, definitely Guardlings. Guardlings is a hit. Everybody loves it. My family absolutely loves it. Every time I play it with them, I usually get kicked off the game board because so many people want to play it, and that's the only game they want to play. So yeah, love Guardlings. Number 8, we'll go to Ontaplato. Second game that came after Orleans. Basically kind of the same thing. I've been really loving bag builders lately, and I've been loving rondels. Ontaplato, great game. It's a little bit tighter than Orleans, a little bit longer than Orleans. So I still think I like Orleans better, but if I want a tighter game, I will play Ontaplato, put it that way. But I do have another bag builder game coming up that was a blast to play. So then we'll go to number 7. It's Art Society. Once again, this game is fast. It plays up to 4 players. I played it with very inexperienced gamers, and they absolutely loved it. And 2 of them were talking about buying it after I played it. The game looks gorgeous on the table after it's done. It's a light bidding game. Not too much to it. You're going to hang your picture on the wall. You don't want 2 frames, or you want the frames to be the same. The more frames you have, you get more victory points, which gives you extra pieces to put on your board. If you ever put 2 of the same types, people, landmarks, objects, and there's another one, you'll cause a focati, and then you won't get victory points for it. Fun game. I love the game. The art's on it hilarious. My favorite picture on there is like a banana. It's just a funny picture. But all the pictures are kind of little tweaks of real pictures. So the people I were playing with, they were kind of art nuts. So they were talking about who made the picture, what it was made from, basically what the art style, whatever. I'm not a big art nut, but I still love the game. So yeah, Art Society, still always fun. I've been actually seeing that in more people's top 100 games, top 50 games, where I never really heard anybody talk about it before. Then we'll go to number 6, which is First Rat. First Rat is still always a blast. The game is cute. You're basically just moving these rats up, and you can either move 1 rat 1 to 5 or all your rats 1 to 3, but they have to land on the same color spot. But as you do that, you're just getting stuff to make the spaceship to technically go to the cheese moon because they're trying to get to the cheese. Hilarious theme. My daughter, I introduced it to my daughter. She absolutely loved it, which she was not too thrilled about playing it, to say the least. And I was surprised because she really liked the game, where she actually wants to play it again. So that's huge for me. If my daughter wants to play any game, right there, it's already getting to the top of the list. And this game, you can play it with. I actually played this with gamers. We actually played it so much that in one of the months, I think it was like in December, we played it so much that I kind of just packed it away for a while, except playing it for my daughter because everybody got tired of playing it. With that, we'll go to number 5, Last Will. Now, Last Will, the theme is hilarious. Basically your uncle's dying. He's going to give away all his money, and he wants people to waste the money because he didn't waste the money. He was a Scrooge, a curmudgeon. So he wants to give the money away to somebody that's going to absolutely waste it. It's a great theme. You're basically buying houses, putting horses in there, women to trash it, throwing parties. You're taking women in boats and animals on cruises to waste the money. It's just a great theme. Worker placement, which I love, with a little bit of tableau building, engine building, which are all some of my favorite things. Yeah, you can't go wrong. Number 4, we got Manhattan Project, which I guess is a kind of a decent theme for what the heck's going on in the world right now. But yeah, Manhattan Project, I love all the Manhattan Projects. Energy Empire is my favorite. Then it's Manhattan Project. Then it is 2 Minutes to Midnight. all worker placement. They all pretty much play the same, except 2 Minutes to Midnight is a little bit more cutthroat. But yeah, Manhattan Project is a blast. I got it off BGG for dirt cheap, so it's definitely one of the better pickups I've gotten off of there. Everybody seems to like it. You're basically just building nukes and testing them. It's a blast. Um, well, yeah, sorry the pun there. I didn't mean to do that. Number 3, Kraftwagen. Nice little rondel game. Kraftwagen, I don't understand why no one talks about this game. The old version looks like absolute poop. I could see why no one talked about the old version. The old version of this game, if that's what I came to in my first play, it looks pretty bad. And looks usually don't bother me, but the old version, in fact, I seen they had it on Origins for dirt cheap. I was thinking about picking it up until I looked at it. I was like, wow, that game looks absolutely terrible. And I ended up getting the new version off BGG with the upgraded wooden components, which are very nice. Not needed, but they are very nice for like $30. Can't complain. The game's a blast. I played it with some lighter people, and they loved it too. So, and it played pretty quick. We actually got a game of that in and a game of Ultimate Railroads in like 4 hours. That's with the teaches. So, yeah, so much fun. With that, then we'll go to number 2, Resurgence. Now, this is my other bag builder I played. Resurgence is so much fun. I love the theme. It's post-apocalyptic. It's in Russia. It's basically a kind of like Orleans style game. But what I like about Resurgence is the problem with a lot of bag builders I find, like Resurgence, Ontaplato, Orleans, Quacks, all those games. A lot of them they don't have a lot of player interaction. But what's neat with Resurgence is when you pull your chits out of a bag, you hide it behind the screen. There's 3 areas. There's 2 areas on the board, like a metro, an urban or a metro and something else. But then you also have your personal base. So when you need to put these out, you have to choose where you're going to put them. And when you pull up your screen, then you're going to compare the amount that you put there. You'll have like a leader that's worth 3. Then you'll have your specialty people. There's 3 of them. Those are worth 2. Then you'll have your basic worker, which are worth 1. And you're going to do area control, which you'll go up on a track and get bonuses for, also victory points. But the trick to this game is wherever you put those workers, you have to take an action in that spot. So you really have to look at the board, because some areas, the upper area has more food than the lower area. The upper area has like more resources, where the bottom area does more actions. But you really have to balance that out, because you need to go up on that track to get the bonuses. And it is worth a lot of points. It's worth 7 points. I actually won my game because I won 2 of the areas, which is 14 points. And I won by like 6 points. I wasn't doing that well in the game, but at the end of the game, I was able to bump above somebody, and that's what gave me the game. A lot of fun. You're basically going to be doing missions, which then compound. When you complete a mission, you tuck it on your board, and whatever area you do it in, there's a couple different spots, but there's 3 on the board on the bottom. Wherever you put it at the bottom, that's where you're going to get your resources. So when you complete a mission in your like a tower district, you're going to get a food or a gas every turn. Now, the game is only like 5 rounds, 6 rounds. So you don't get a lot of engine building going, but it is enough. You would be surprised at how much more you can accomplish from beginning to late. As you upgrade your compound, you can start to pull more chits out of the bag. You can start to take better actions on your player board. So as the middle board gets clogged up, you need to upgrade your board so that you can take actions on your board, like collect medicine, bullets, resources, gain more missions. So it's a real nice balance of where do I want to go to think that I can win on the board for area control. Because that's another thing. If everybody ties, nobody moves up on the track. If 2 players tie, they move up 1. But if you have the most and you have over 4 power in that area, you get to go up 2 on that track. A lot of fun. A lot of interaction, it's like a lot of mental games before you pull that screen up. And then there's still a lot of mental games because you go, okay, he's going to the metro area and so is she, and they have 2 workers and he has 1. I have 3 here. So what spots am I going to take first? It's a lot of head games, a lot of kind of bluffing on where you're going to go, what you're going to do. A lot of fun. A lot of people don't really talk about Resurgence. It's kind of a hidden gem for me, at least. And once again, you can get the game pretty cheap. They did just do a reprint of it. I don't know what changed it. I don't know what changed it at all, actually. I'm really not even sure. I played the old version. I found it fine. I played the new version. I think it's just like a box cover art. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I would just if you get it, get whatever one's cheaper as far as I'm concerned. And then my number 1 game here is Ultimate Railroads. And I played this 3 times this month, which I did just get the game. So that is a lot for our play group because, as you see, I played every game 1 time, and then I played Russian Ultimate Railroads 3. I haven't played any expansions yet. I did play the Russian map 3 times. I'm waiting to get into the other stuff because I got to learn it. Like with the German, you got to learn coal. The Asian, you got to learn a different. There's like a board for. The name's factories that you're shared. So there's a couple different things I got to learn. But yeah, Ultimate Railroads, Russian Railroads. I only got the Ultimate because Russian Railroads is out of print. It costs a fortune. So I'm like, why not just buy the Ultimate Railroads, which you get German, American, Asia, and Russia. A lot of fun. Everybody I've played it with likes it. The only thing is there can get to be a runaway leader in this game. What I'm starting to notice is if you start to pull ahead, you can really start to pull ahead because every turn compounds your scoring, which that is why I like the game so much. You're basically going to be moving rails up a track, but as you get those rails up the track in your train, higher power trains, you just keep scoring more and more points because every time those rails keep moving up the track, you're scoring whatever you scored last turn, then you're scoring it plus the extra the next turn. I've only seen people win on the Moscow track, the upper track. The last play I did, I went the factory route where basically you build a lot of factories and go along the bottom track. I absolutely blew everybody away. I don't know. I haven't played enough to know what strategy is the best, but it's so much fun. Everybody has a blast playing it. There's so much strategy, and the best part about the game is I teach the game in about 20 minutes. 20-minute game, and last time we played it was like an hour and a half. In fact, people are like, wow, that's really fast. I go, yeah, but I go, it's fast, but it's also very crunchy. That's the thing I like about the game the most because I play a lot of heavy games too. Galactic Cruise is one of them. I was not a huge fan of Galactic Cruise. I felt for the time length and the crunch, I don't know, the payoff just wasn't there. That's why I like Ultimate Railroad so much because the time length and the amount of crunch you get out of it, it's very satisfying. You start out the first round, you might not score 1 point. The second round, you might score 2 points. The third round, you might score 7. Next thing you know, by the end of the game, I think my last round I scored 120 points, something like that. And in fact, midway through the game, the one guy was like, I don't understand how our scores are going to be over 200 points. And the people that play were like, just watch. It starts to ramp up fast. And sure enough, he scored over 300 points. He didn't win, but he did enjoy the game enough to say that he wants to get it back to the table. So, which is huge for me because Ultimate Railroads is becoming one of my favorite worker placement games. So yeah, with that, that's going to be the end of the video. Let me know what you guys got to the table. Hopefully you guys got a lot of good games. As you see, this month was very good for me. Most of these games I played this month are in my top 50. And if they're not, they're probably outside of it except for that Boza and Starship Samurai. Those games are definitely duds for me. But yeah, either way, let me know what you guys got to the table. Thanks for watching. Bye.